Tim, what the heck is Video Blocks?
Video Blocks is the best thing ever. Do you love stock footage, Greg?
I do.
I love stock footage, legitimately. This
Yeah.
is like my favorite thing ever. Kind of Funny Live. I don't know if you this not this footage, but a second ago there was footage that I used. Look at this. Now we're here.
We're
newscasters. We're doing fancy stuff.
Now I'm flying above.
It's fantastic. All the footage you're seeing here you can get on Video Blocks. It's super awesome. In addition to video stuff, there's also audio blocks and graphics blocks, so you can music. You hear that funk nasty beat underneath us?
That's a Video Block.
It's a video block. Well, from audio blocks technically.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you can get your yearly subscription today for only $99 at videoblocks.com/Greggy. That's Videoblocks, videoblocks.com/Greggy for this discounted offer. Not that. That's not a real thing. What if I had Video Blocks that gave my voice? I would change that one out.
I love this. Look at that. That's a monkey. He's making jokes.
This doesn't. Nothing we're saying plays for the people listening to the podcast. Go watch the YouTube video. There's a bunch of crazy ass stuff behind us. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the GameOverGreggy show. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the returning producer / seducer, Nick Scarpino.
You're not giving enough merit to my Halloween costume idea. With
here's what Nick does.
I don't like it.
Nick goes on vacation for a month and a half or something, and
3 years.
Tim, the pure one, Tim Gettys.
Hello.
Back me up here. The entire time he's gone, he's bored clearly, so he's emailing us inane business things nonstop. I send the man one question. Were you serious about throwing a Halloween party at Kind of Funny Studios? I need to know. I don't get a response until today, the day he's back. He sent 30 other emails before then.
But the important thing is I said yes. That's the important thing.
So you say yes, and here's the pitch you give me.
Yeah.
You're in for the Halloween party at Kind of Funny Studios. However, you want it to be a thriller-themed Halloween
Michael
party.
Jackson thriller party.
But you want us to go as two guys from the Blair Witch Project. Oh,
no, Princess Bride.
From the Blair Witch Project.
I want to be the white dude. You be the other white dude. Blair Witch Project.
But now you want me to be Andre the Giant.
Yeah, I want you to be. You know why? Because I read a lot of books on my vacation. It'll be
Sure
my
you did.
topic. But one of the books I read was Carrie Elway's depiction or actual, I guess, the events that surrounded him doing The Princess Bride. It was actually a really amazing book. But it reinvigorated my love for Andre the Giant. Because by all accounts, everyone thought he was the most amazing human being.
Mine never went away. I got a little graphic novel about his life. I'll bring it in for you.
Okay, please do that. That'd be nice.
I already introduced him, but you want to say?
most.
Yeah, I was going to say. You said
Thank
hello.
you.
It
I
threw
know.
me because I gave you the whole
You
thing.
threw me that you went to me so fast.
Well, I just got to get to you.
I get it.
Over there, the Pride of Long Island, Colin Moriarty.
Go Islanders. And by the way, I need to say that I'm deficient on fiber, apparently, and I'm having some poop problems. So I just want everyone out there to know that. Past 4 weeks, I've been eating a low-carb diet, very low-carb diet. I've had nothing but water to drink for almost 4 weeks.
It's great.
Now,
With the exception of 2 old fashions.
to a couple old fashions in there. Sure goes. Here and there. No Coke, no juice, nothing. Just water.
That wasn't me throwing stones. I want the record to be clear.
There's more carbs in the sip of beer you just drank than in everything I've had to drink the last 4 weeks. That's the point I'm trying to make. Now, and I don't miss beer. I really do miss the Coca-Cola, though. But what I've been realizing is that all I eat is like salad, like greens, sausages, beef.
6 at a time, right? The sausages?
Pepper turkey. Yeah, I eat like 5 or 6 sausages at a time. I'll eat like a pound of beef, but with a huge salad. Like, like those big green, big bins? I go through one of those like every 2 days. I'm eating a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
But man, the last few days, my poops, this is the weird thing, because I have colitis and I have some problems, right? I have some problems, Kevin.
You had you jumped up on the Gears of War live stream last night. Had to run.
Yeah,
out
I had to go
poop.
twice. I got to go. Because I'm used to having very catastrophic stomach problems. I have my entire life. They really hurt, particularly colon problems. I guess convenient considering my name is Colin. Now, but the weird thing about this is that the poops are formed, and they come out normally.
Yeah.
But incredible pain
Really?
when I'm pooping. Yes. Like they're
Too dense?
So what I was explaining to Greg was, it's not diarrhea where if I pooped in Greg's hand, this is the analogy I use, right? If Greg held out his hand and I took a shit in it,
Yeah, which I do for you if you needed me to.
it wouldn't fall through necessarily. It would plop down and maybe like stalactites.
a little bit of a
It sounds
kinda
like
go down.
melting frozen yogurt.
Right.
Well, the poops you're describing are what I like to call the warning shots that Portillo will fire when I know what's going on here. Why is this poop not the normal poop? Which usually is, it's like the coming of Gozer, right? We know that this is the Keymaster. I understand that something's about to happen, and then sure enough, over there.
Right. If you kept your hand like this, solid, fingers together, the poop could sit in your hand like, like a loaf. If you spread his fingers around, maybe it would be a little mess.
Might come through a little
So what I'm trying to say is that I need to figure out this dietary fiber situation because I can't eat fruit. So that's out because of the carbs in fruit.
There's no carbs in fruit.
Yeah, there's a ton of carbs in fruit,
No.
and with the sugar and
Carbs are bread, Colin. There's no carbs in a liquid. There's no carb in an orange.
Oh, there's plenty of carbs in that.
Carb free.
You missed the first time. So I just wanted to throw that out there in case anyone was curious about that. I'm sure someone out there was curious about my poop.
Are you eating enough fat, like oils and things like that?
I feel like I'm
This
eating too much.
feels like this should be a topic of its own. Let's finish introductions. Making his GameOverGreggy show debut, Devin Hansen. Devin Hansen, you are here because of your support on patreon.com/kindafunny. But more importantly, your girlfriend's support of us on patreon.com/kindafunny.
This was a birthday gift that she surprised me with, so I had no idea. We were talking about a trip to San Francisco, but we hadn't really nailed down a date or anything like that. And then she just went and did this, and she was like, okay, we have to do this now. And this is the date that we have to do it, so okay.
Did you freak out? Were you excited? Were you mad that she spent so much money?
No. I mean, we
Were
had
you
talked
disappointed?
Save that one for the end of the show.
about... Yeah, we'll see how the rest of it goes.
Yeah.
I wasn't disappointed or mad. We had talked about it. We were going to do it at some point anyway.
Sure.
So,
Here you are.
sooner the better, I guess.
What do you think of San Francisco?
It's fun. It's windy.
We call it the
The Windy City.
You are getting prime San Francisco
This is
right
the
now.
best-
this is the best weather
This
you're
is
ever gonna
not.
get in
This
that
is
city.
San Francisco. You get to San Francisco for 2 or 3 weeks a year. So
Yeah.
literally,
That's
that's it.
And I think I came at like just the absolute worst tourist time because there's
No, that's just San
That's
Francisco.
just San
well,
Francisco.
there's Fleet Week
Oh yeah.
right now.
Oh, is that now?
That was
The
last
Fleet
week.
Well, we've been here since
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, you were here during Dreamforce.
Thursday
I'm sorry.
during the Dreamforce thing
That is unfortunate.
and Fleet Week and
Oh, and the
just-
Bluegrass Festival just ended and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
My girlfriend lives over in like Marina Cow Hollow, around where Nick lives. I was saying you missed it. It's I tweeted
caught some of it.
It's like Red Dawn in that neighborhood. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
There's Russians?
a lot of
There are
Russian
jets
people.
like just constantly
Gotcha.
hornets
Isn't
and
that
raptors
fucking wild?
flying
Parachuting
everywhere. I'm
down?
like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
It's fun, but not when you live over there. And then I want to take Lola for a walk. Everyone's around. I'm like, everyone just go away. I want the rain and the fog to come in so everyone just
I know.
disperses.
It's too
Disperse.
much. It actually, this was the first year because I came back from my trip on Saturday, and this was the first year that the cab driver was like, I can't take that route. I'm like, what are you talking about? Just take the normal route. And he's like, yeah, it's Fleet Week, and I'm like, yeah, but that shouldn't be fine. Literally every road that led down the hill to the marina was packed full of cars
And aircraft carriers.
and aircraft carriers. The USS Enterprise was literally on Fillmore Street. But it was actually a little bit more hectic than I remember in prior years. And I was with you because I was trying to relax. Obviously, I was jet lagged. And I'm like, I just want to watch an episode of Star Trek, the original series, and not have the fucking Air Force flying over. And it's loud as shit. If you've never been around jets before, they're loud as hell. And they wake you up, even if you're jet lagged and napping.
Yeah.
That's like ironic, right? That the Jets were waking you up from being jet lagged.
What?
That's what Alanis Morissette was writing about, brother. Welcome home. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the GameOverGreggy show each and every week. 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table. Each bring a random topic. Fucking God, I'm gonna murder you, Kevin. Stop it with the fucking switches, God damn it, in the middle of the thing. What do you want me to do?
You ruined a good joke
You
too
want me
by
to
switching.
No, that's the joke.
You're the joke killer, Kevin.
You are the ultimate
You are the
joke
joke
wrangler.
You really are, Kevin.
You're just a fucking mass murderer of jokes.
You take
Serial
all the
killer.
humor, you suck it out of the fucking air like a fire.
If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny
Fire
where
goes to
you can get
oxygen.
each and every episode early along with a bunch of exclusive perks, goodies, and things like coming on the show. Thanks again for your support. Thank you, Shonda. What up?
Shout out to girlfriends. They're pretty cool.
Shout out to the girlfriend, yeah.
Yes.
If you have no money to toss our way, it's no big deal. Head over to youtube.com/kindafunny where you can get every episode broken up topic by topic, day by day until it posts as one big free MP3 and video the following Friday. Tim,
Yes.
lead us off.
I will.
Because you have
So,
some video.
here-
Usually the guest gets to go first, but you're like, not today.
Not today. So here's the deal. We all were gone on vacations to different levels, pretty much, except for Colin. Colin was here. His home vacation. Staycation.
Staycation.
as
We
they-
call
as they
Colin
it.
the
Retirement
workhorse.
vacation.
Yes. Nick was out gallivanting literally the world.
Literally.
You, to a lesser extent, gallivanting the world, going out to
I went to another country.
another country.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
Montreal.
Call it that.
We'll get to that.
You can. I think you can. You can at
Oh, snap.
So
Warming up, working out some of the kinks.
Yep, just gotta get there. Just gotta get there. So I was down in Disneyland, which obviously made me very happy. Haven't been there for a while, so it was nice to be there. I was working on a secret project that I've been talking about a lot on my Twitter and Colin and Greg Lives and all this stuff, and people were kind of wondering what it was going to be.
Yeah.
What it was my best friend Curran proposing to his girlfriend, now fiance, Shari. So it was a successful proposal.
Right.
And I just kind of wanted to talk about my experience this whole weekend. Also, wanted to set the stage because by the time this video posts on Monday as a topic for everyone for free, the proposal video will be live on Kind of Funny. YouTube.com/kindoffunny. And I'm very, very proud of this.
Of course it will be.
Of course, right? Colin, of course, knew nothing about this. But
You're like, Colonel, I will gladly help you with this proposal, but I need to monetize your video, your moment, your precious moment.
well, no, so I mean that's kind of the whole deal here, and I appreciate you kind of listening to this entire story because it's a beautiful tale of love.
Tale as old as time, some might say.
It is. And recently I did a topic about proposals. And that was because I was in full swing preparing for this because my other really good friends, James and Missy, did their thing like 2 months ago.
But they didn't go to like a crazy place. They just had you hide in a bush with a camera.
They went to the place they had the first kiss. It was
one
sweet.
literally
I
one
was
bush.
in the
She's
bush.
like, is that Tim hiding behind the one bush on this street?
Yeah, I was there with like a fake bush picture in front of me that Kevin made. Anyway, so for this has been really long in the making. So 8 years ago, we filmed a video. So her favorite movie is Aladdin, and they're super into Disney. If you think I'm into Disney, it's a whole other level with these guys. So she's super into Aladdin. So we kind of put on a full play, like a full production plan. I think I talked about it a bit in the last proposal topic I did, where he was Aladdin, and it was just like this whole shenanigans and stuff. And he got the 3 wishes and blah blah blah. Final wish was him asking her out, and it was adorable and great. I put that video up, and it went like viral back in the day on MySpace and all that stuff. And as I've said many times before I was even at IGN, I did a lot of these like proposal-y videos, like prom proposals and stuff like that. And it was kind of just my thing because I'm super into that.
I still want you to clarify though. The other night, side note, taking a left turn. Jen and I have you and G over for dinner. You start doing this. We start watching all these videos to be briefed on what's happening. Mm-hmm. You say that he asked her out 8 years ago. You guys put on an Aladdin play. It ends with him and her driving around on top of a car that's a magic carpet. And then they get off and they have a makeout sesh right there. Mm-hmm. What the fuck is what is your definition of asking someone out? Because that seems a few steps in.
Yeah, it was definitely a few steps in. So the thing was, we had done this before, where it's like pretty much back. If you grew up in the late '90s, early 2000s, like there's that moment of we're talking, the talking stage, which I'm sure you're familiar with. Before it's like we're official. Before we're like going steady, as the Brady Bunch would say. That might be more Nick's
going
lingo.
steady.
Did you ever go steady?
No, I never. I was a little too young for the steady era.
Okay.
We used to go out. That would be like, oh, you want to go out with me?
Exactly.
That meant that you were my boyfriend and girlfriend.
But that's the thing is like, going on dates is very different than that, right? So the thing was like, there would be months of this talking stage where there's a lot of AIM going on, a lot of
the AIM.
MySpace or whatever the hell, like conversations, right?
Was there any heavy petting happening in this time? Or
yeah, I mean, there was some fun here and there, But anyways, the thing was there was a history set up where Curran we'd made another video with him previously, and like a lot of my other friends, like just asking girls out and whatever. So there's a thing. Now, Shari, Curran's now fiance, is a huge fan of all of this. She loves the pomp and circumstance of all the proposal-y stuff, and even back then she was like super into proposal videos. So she was like, you need to do, like, this needs to happen for me. Like, I want, like, you guys need to go big. And it's like, all right, we'll fucking go big. Challenge accepted. So we put on a whole freaking Aladdin play. And yeah, it's like he dressed up like Aladdin, and there was smoke bombs involved. I was the genie. I was painted, my full body was painted blue with blue latex body paint that we bought at a kink shop.
Is that a good idea or a bad idea?
It was a great idea until I had to take it off, and it really hurt because it like sticks to your body forever. Yeah. I was blue for a while, but I wasn't that upset about it. You
blew yourself.
I blew myself. Actually, no. My really good friend Jess Lamb blew me.
Okay.
And my little brother's friend Danley.
Yeah. Okay, just making sure.
Anyways, so we did that, and then we like had his car, and we put a carpet that looked like the magic carpet on top of it, and he got on and like had her go up with him, and we drove around his circle as he literally sang A Whole New World to her, and he can't sing. But it was like endearing because it's like, oh, she'll appreciate this. And she was all crying and stuff, and it was adorable. And we had a bunch of my other friends holding up, like, because in the movie, when they sing A Whole New World, like, they go through Egypt and Paris and like all the different, the Great Wall of China and shit. We had friends with big poster boards that had pyramids on them, or like another one had the Eiffel Tower and all this shit. So it's like she's going around the world. And I'm like, all right, high five, Tim. You're fucking awesome. That's a great plan. Fucking 8 years ago. Like,
Right.
I want to give myself a lot of credit because that was pretty damn cool. And a lot of people really liked it because it went like super viral back then.
You got 300 views.
No, I mean, it was a lot. It was like hundreds of thousands of views. And it was a 20-minute video that went on way too long.
Christ.
I had no concept of how to shoot things, so it was shot on a handy cam with we used a bunch of cars lights as the lighting. We shot it at night out in Sacramento.
Pro
It's
move.
like horrible planning with all of that. Anyways, the video was great, and that was very, very special, and it was very important to the dynamics of the relationship. But it also kind of set a problem for us where we're like, when it's time to propose, what are we gonna do? Because we gotta go huge. Now, obviously, we've had 8 years to kind of think about this and plan this out. We knew we wanted to kind of pay homage to what we originally did, but also to go extremely big. Now, they had a tradition where every year around their anniversary, they go to Disneyland in addition to many other times during the year because they love it that much. So I had all these pictures of them standing in front of the castle as years kind of went on and stuff. And we decided that we're going to go big and we're going to do it at Disneyland because that's
Quick
what she
time
would
out.
want.
You have these photos of them? Like you
I
took
mean,
these
Facebook.
photos? Okay, I was going to say, that
They're-
doesn't sound like a romantic adventure every year if Tim Gettys is there taking your photo.
I mean, I'd be there sometimes.
Okay.
But we go as groups and there's, I like to have fun, Greg. Maybe you'd be invited if you weren't such a bitch when it comes to Disneyland.
No, you're right. I have taste and I won't waste my money on Disneyland. Colin, back me up. There's better places for our money to go.
I mean, there definitely are, but
You got this
Disneyland's
Vita game.
fine.
You got the VR. We don't need to be
Disney
going-
World's better than Disneyland, but they're both fine.
They're both stupid. Hey, get on
Fine,
this
every once in a while,
fucking.
every few years,
Have you
told
been
them.
to Disney World?
I've been to both actually. Yes, I have, and I've been on both Pirates of the Caribbean rides. I'll let you know.
Okay.
How'd
I've
that
seen
first
it
one go?
with and without. It didn't go well. There's a Game Over Show topic about it. All right. Anyways, you're going to Disneyland with these people. You're ruining their time. They just want to go down there and fuck in front of Mickey, but you're all there like, hey, let me take a picture. I'm Tim.
And Winnie the Pooh. Don't forget Winnie the Pooh.
He's in the sex
kinky
part
one.
or the photo part?
He's the one without the pants. So
Okay.
he's trying to get down. So, all right. So we've been trying to plan this whole thing out. And last year was when we first had a real meeting. It was me and Curry and Chari's best friend, Jess. We sat at an Indian restaurant nearby and we're like, what are we doing? How are we going to make this all happen? And the problem was at Disneyland, if you make
Why do
a
you keep
scene...
looking at me?
I just wanted to see if you're on the same wavelength as me. Is like, is the fact that it was an Indian restaurant needed in this story? Is it going to come back?
Indian
That's a little
restaurant.
bit of-
No,
yeah,
it's
that's
not going to come
up
back.
to it.
But it's fantastic. Or at least at the time it was fantastic. They've changed owners recently.
Okay,
and
sorry, my
it's not,
apologies.
not
Rubbish
such a
now.
good time.
Rubbish now.
So we were talking about the problem of doing it at Disneyland is it's hard to get equipment in and cameras and all that stuff.
Yeah, you were telling me
because-
they don't allow that usually.
Yeah, like they don't allow large cameras, which what the fuck does that mean? They don't allow large tripods, and I'm like, there's just all these rules that I'm like, can I bring mics in? Like I don't know how I'm gonna do all this stuff. Let alone we're not based in LA, so having to get everybody down there and like who's gonna shoot it? Like is Kevin gonna be there? There's all these questions going on. But the biggest thing was like, how are we gonna do a crazy event without like getting kicked out? Because if you make a scene, like we've seen people do proposals and like get banned from Disneyland for life. And I'm like, that's not good. That's
the way to do it.
No.
Take it
Wait,
up.
people have proposed at Disneyland and then got banned
Banned.
for life.
Because
Yeah.
they make too big of a scene.
That's
Because they have all
Go
these
hard.
I
rules.
love that. That's such an ominous fucking thing, man. You might as well not even get married. If you get,
actually makes a better story, really.
no,
No,
that's a
it
fucking
doesn't.
omen. That's an omen.
You got
just-
banned from the happiest place on earth.
I just like it that like if Tim had gotten banned, like he's like going in to do this thing that's so great and he wants to make it so awesome that he knows he's gonna die. It's like Solid Snake at the end of Metal Gear 4.
Yeah.
Doing the army crawl through the microwave. And then of course they ruin all of that with the ending. But you know what I'm talking about. We got it. I mean the topics. Let him go.
I apologize. Go ahead.
So, anyways, yeah, it really threw me off there.
Do you remember Metal Gear 4?
Yeah, that song wasn't in Metal Gear 4. That's
Yeah, no,
what
because
threw me off.
it turns out he stole a bunch of stuff from like
Anyways,
Russian people.
so we're going through this whole
line from Diet Coke.
all the shenanigans. But you know, people have gotten straight up booted from Disneyland, and like we always joke about the Vita Secret Police, the Disneyland Secret Police, like Mickey's Patrol Force. They do not fuck around. Like if a fight starts, you'll never see a fight at Disneyland because it'll last 5 seconds and people will pop out and just pull you down, and
Right
those
into the
people
bushes.
never seen again.
Go to
Like
Disney
it's just
jail.
clean.
Real place.
Exactly, and it's dark and scary.
It's fucking hell down there.
So I was like, well, we can't do that because that would just be like the worst thing of all time. And I've seen videos of people getting like yanked out of the park during proposals because they come in and try doing all these like flash mobs and like these big extravagant things. And it's like, you can't do it because you're like causing traffic problems and all this stuff. So I'm like, all right, how can I remedy all of this? So the idea I came up with was to have her watch a video that we pre-edited, put headphones on her, so she kind of gets this full audio-visual experience, and it's really intense to her, but it's not intense to the people around. So Curran wrote this whole speech, and it was like awesome and great. And then he came over, and me and Kevin spent like a whole night just going over and over at the studio with a bunch of like footage in the background from Aladdin. And Aladdin and Up are their 2 movies. So we wrote a speech that kind of like references both of those things and intertwines their whole 8-year story and all that. But we knew what was important to her was having all of her friends and family there. But she never thought that she can get a proposal that has her friends and family and Disneyland. Like she always thought it was going to be one or the other. Of course, we're like, fuck that. We're making this happen. So he recorded the speech, and I added music underneath it. And it's like there's like epic moments and all this buildup and stuff. But then the thing was, how do we get her to watch the video without that being awkward? So months ago, I told her that, we got a sponsorship to do a Disneyland rap video. So I'm going to go down there and I need a girl to be in the video. And of course she was just like, hell yeah, sign me up. So I knew that they were going to be going down for the anniversary. So I was like, this weekend, can you give me like just an hour of your time? I'm just going to go down. We'll shoot some quick stuff. We'll be good. So we go and and so I want to give a shout out to David Blodell, who works over at Disneyland. He hooked us up with like helping us get things in the park. It was difficult. Very difficult.
Now, are the secret police going to come? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Absolutely. It was just like, because here's the problem. I went in there with GoPros. GoPros allowed. The quantity of GoPros I had, questionable. I don't really know, but I don't see why that should be an issue.
37 couples. That's a lot.
But anyway, so shout out to him. Shout out to Jay Winetta, who shot a bunch of Kind of Funny Live and also helped to shoot this, and his friend Jonathan, who were amazing. They're our film crew. We kind of walked around with Shari just shooting a bunch of fake B-roll for a music video that doesn't exist. And she was so into it. And it was so funny because she's just there, doing
I
all
want to
this.
see that, by the way.
Yeah, it's awesome. I was
tell me you
like,
rolled on that.
please just stand there and look gangsta. Like, what's that mean to you? And she just goes, give me the one, Kev. Pop, pop. And I'm like,
That is gangster.
do it again.
That's really gangster.
She just keeps doing it. I'm like, thank you. So we do all this shit. Then eventually I position her in front of the castle, like so exactly where we needed her to be.
They call it the Magic Castle.
The Magic Castle.
It's magic.
And I was like, this next shot's a little more complicated than the other ones. I want to show you a demo of it so you know what you need to do. She's like, okay, cool. So I hand her my phone, put the headphones on her, and that's when shit gets fucking real. So we have this edited video where it's Curran giving this whole speech talking about like how he asked her out 8 years ago and, blah, 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 and how much she means to him and all this shit. And he's wearing the same Aladdin costume that he wore in the original video. He gets to a point where it's like talking about his friends and how we all helped them get together and all this shit. And it's like, now look up at the castle. She looks up at the castle and all of his friends are standing there. And they're all wearing shirts with balloons on them. So like the motif of the whole speech is that we're gathering all the balloons like up to, get where you need to go or whatever. And it's like, we still don't have enough balloons yet. Keeps talking. It's like, look back at your phone. She looks back at her phone and it's talking about her friends. And it's like, turn around to Main Street. She turns around, all her friends are there. Meanwhile, she is just bawling.
I was going to say, this was the big debate at dinner. When would she start crying? When did she start crying during this?
So there's a whole intro bit where I was just trying to get her accustomed to understanding, like, to keep the headphones on. The moment that he pops up, she literally was like, what? Like shocked. Right after the shock, she starts crying. But she's like so committed to listening to this thing. She followed the instructions so hard.
Awesome.
And she was just so committed and she starts crying, but it's like progressively got more and more intense. Like when it was just his friends coming out of the castle, she was just like, you could see it like hit her heart.
Yeah.
But when she turned around and all of her friends there, some of which now have babies and she's like her friends holding the baby and all this shit, she just was like dying. But then the part that was just like, I can't, every time I watch it now, I just like start tearing up instantly is it's like, all right, now close your eyes and keep them closed till I tell you. And she closes her eyes and it starts talking about their families and how, you know, they grew up with these families, but now over the last couple of years, they have their family that they share and all this shit. And it's like, open your eyes and both of their entire family standing there. And she just, it looked like she got just shot by an emotional gun and just was just like, I've never seen tears so thick, and you can see it in the footage. It's fantastic.
Gotcha.
Like, it's so good, so good.
Sounds like the hit game Galgun.
Oh yeah, it was very similar to Galgan actually.
Thank you.
So now all of her friends, all of his friends, and all of their families are there, all wearing balloon shirts, surrounding her. And it's like he's like, all right, cool. So please do me one last favor, take off your headphones and turn around. And she takes her headphones off, turns around, and Curran's standing there, looking sharper than any human being I have ever fucking seen.
Wow.
In this baller ass suit, and he starts giving this whole speech, and then he's like, and with my final wish, will you marry me? He gets down on his knee, and it's just like, there was a crowd of like 100 people around because
That weren't the family.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, the whole family. In addition to that, so many people.
It sounds like you're making a scene. It
gonna
sounds
say,
like the
but-
secret
but-
police.
But here's
Disney
the thing,
police coming
though.
out, get
As we were
stopped.
doing it, it's just like proposals are okay at Disneyland. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
we couldn't be like doing a flash mob that's like blocking everybody and like making a lot of noise and like gaining attention. People saw a dude in a suit standing behind a girl crying, so like they kind of knew what's up, you know. So
Either
yeah,
a
and everyone
proposal
was-
or American Psycho.
it was one of the two. But anyways, so it all went perfectly. And I just
wow.
couldn't believe it because like the plan, whenever I told people the plan, there was a lot of like, this sounds like it could go wrong. But I was like, nah, man, we like worked so hard to get this perfect.
How
I
long
knew
did
she
this
would
plan
listen.
take to execute?
I mean, a year.
An entire year.
Yeah. I mean,
That's wild.
I've been working on this for a year
That's
in like
crazy.
a bunch of different ways.
My concern was that one of the friends in a balloon shirt showing up early or being in the wrong spot, and her seeing them be like, "Hey, why is James here?"
Yeah, no, it was perfect. Like everybody, it was totally good. In addition to that, like at some point, one of my friends, like it was timed where he walked up and gave her a napkin, and I was like, "Oh, you're gonna need this for our dinner at Club 33." Fucking baller. That shit happened, and that was awesome. That blew her mind. But yeah, the whole thing was crazy, and it just totally worked. It was the most stressful shoot I've ever done in my life. Like I've done a lot of dumb productions, but being there, oh my god, the 3 hours before it was going down, having to deal with 30 people, like.
So who was your point person with those 30 people? Did you guys break
Me.
it down into groups?
Broke it down to groups of his friends, her friends, and the family. And I put one person in charge of each group that I would talk to disseminate information.
Smart.
But of course, that didn't entirely work because it's a bunch of cats. You're trying to get them all to do one thing. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It totally worked out. So then I've been editing the video, and it's coming together super beautifully. And I had this footage, and I'm like, I can't believe, like, when you compare it to what we did 8 years ago, it's
Yeah.
like that was so ugly looking and dark, and there was no mic on her, and it was just horrible. Comparing it to this, I'm like, this is a fucking professional ass
Yeah.
video, and I'm super, super proud of it. So I honestly, like, this is one of those things, like, this is what I love doing. Like, I love Kind of Funny, and I love doing this stuff, and I always talk about how I wish that I could do more shorts or this or that. This video, this type of production is like my passion in life.
That's awesome.
And to see it come together, I'm just like, fuck yeah. So it's like the last thing I really did that reminds me of this, besides Kind of Funny Live, is like the 100 Pence rap video.
Yeah.
Like where it's like, this is just purely a creative, like, passion project. So to be able to share it with all you guys is like super special to me. So please check out the video. It's going to be live on Monday, October, whatever the hell it is, 14th, 15th or something like that. And I would really appreciate if you shared it with people. If there's anybody you think that would like proposal videos or any of that, please share it with them. I want this to get as many views as possible. This is one of the Tim Gettys. I want to go viral videos, and I believe it can. Like I really believe that there was a lot of energy put into it to make it very special to them. But I think that it's a story that when you see it, it's relatable to anybody, and you can kind of understand their story as a couple and how they've grown and stuff. So it's really cool, really awesome. Please check it out. Give it a like, give it a share, leave a comment below.
There you go.
All that YouTube stuff. Yeah, I'm
That's
excited
awesome.
for you guys to see it too.
Yeah, I can't wait. Like, because that was the thing of being up in Canada. Like, we came out of the woods, and I was like, "Fuck!" And Jen's like, "What?" And I'm like, "I just remember Tim's doing it today." I'm like, "I wish I remembered tomorrow, so that I wasn't sitting here wondering what's
Yeah.
happening. I wish I knew later on."
No, man, it went so well, and it's just like it. What I love about it is that this is all she ever wanted. Like she wants a video out of it, and
Yeah.
she got that. And
That's
I
awesome.
love that she listened to the instructions so well, which made everything work so well. So when you see the video, it's just like, man, like this is fucking like perfect. Just nailed it across the board. So I'm really, really happy about it because like I've watched so many proposal videos, and I think that it's one of the best ones of all time. I'm gonna say that.
Damn.
All time. Hopefully, other people feel the same.